for its effect on the debt to GDP ratio.
His own data show that the honeymoon is over. They are now faced with the reality because this budget is empty, and because it has no meat and they have no story, again, the minister resorted to blame game.
That was ranking member of the Finance Committee and former Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam. Away from that, lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi in the Samreboy case, Atta Akyea, has expressed utter disappointment at the conviction and sentencing of his client, describing it as miscarriage of justice. Atta Akyea, who was out of the country as his client was given a 20-year jail term in hard labor, maintained that the deputy AG's admission that judgment was based on Wontumi's weak case strengthens their resolve to seek appeal. The NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman was convicted on offences of assignment of mineral rights without approval from the sector minister and facilitating illegal mining operations at Samreboy.
The evidence does not support conviction. We've raised critical constitutional issues for the consideration of the judge, which issues will impinge so seriously on what he was about to do. Instead of making a constitutional referral, she graduated herself into the Supreme Court.
And that was Atta Akyea, lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi. Still at the court, lead counsel of Hanan Aludiba, Gov't, has described the decision of the court to dismiss the application to strike out the charges against the former NAFCO CEO as not sound, noting that he will appeal. Earlier, the High Court refused the application as lacking merit, but ordered the prosecution to amend counts 9 and 14 of the charges preferred against Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba, the former National Buffer Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited CEO, and his wife Faiza Said Wuni, have been charged with multiple offences, including stealing, causing financial loss to the state, defrauding by false pretenses, and money laundering.
So even though they've been ordered to amend some of the charges, we'll still file an appeal. We'll file an appeal against it. But I think the decision was not so sound. With the greatest respect to the judge. And he himself agrees that yes.
And that was the lead counsel for Hanan Aludiba, Gov't. Let's do more stories. The Doma Poultry Farmers and Eggs Exporters Association has expressed gratitude to the government and key stakeholders following the resumption of the resumption of egg export from Ghana to Burkina Faso. The development comes after Burkina Faso officially lifted its ban on Ghanaian eggs following successful bilateral negotiations between the two countries. A report by Claude Kumi Abisa.
The decision ends months of uncertainty for poultry farmers and egg exporters in Doma, whose businesses suffered heavy losses after consignment of eggs were seized and destroyed in Burkina Faso. In a statement read by the president of the Doma Egg Exporters Association, Sylvester Asante, the association described the lifting of the ban as a major relief for hundreds of poultry farmers and traders who rely on the cross-border market for their livelihoods.
The Doma Poultry Farmers and Egg Exporters Association would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to all individuals and institutions whose efforts have led to the resumption of eggs exports from Ghana to Burkina Faso. The association recalls that the seizure and destruction of eggs in Burkina Faso caused significant hardship for its members, disrupting businesses and affecting the livelihoods of many families who depend on the cross-border egg trade.
That was a report by Claude Kumi Abisa. And before we go, as Ghana prepares to assume the rotating chairmanship, the African Union next year, President John Dramani Mahama has been outlining the country's key policy priorities for its tenure. The president says Ghana's priority will be to build on its established leadership in championing reparations for historical injustices against Africa, as well as promote gender equality and the welfare of children.
We also are working towards next year because next year the rotating chairmanship comes to West Africa, and Ghana has been nominated to take the chair. And so we started looking at some issues that we will push as the agenda for the year that we chair. Already we're champion of several areas. We'll continue to use our influence to champion those areas. Reparations, we thank you for the support the AU gave us when we decided to move the resolution at the UN General Assembly. Many people thought it was not going to be possible, but with the support of the AU and the support of the rest of the diaspora, the Caribbean, we were able to move a historic motion on the floor of the General Assembly by 123 members, which was a very significant achievement. We've held the follow-up conference here called the Next Steps, and we took some quite good decisions. It was very well attended from the diaspora and from other African countries. And so we're looking again on the sidelines of the UN to hold a high-level meeting to review the work that the committees we set up have started to do.
That was President John Dramani Mahama, and that's how we bring you the morning news here on 3FM 92.7. My name is Deborah Bamensa. Up next is Business News with Michael Obudu.